Hey, this is Philip. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use Blockli AI. Blockli AI is a new feature that we just released that would allow you to create app layouts in your BuddyBoss app using AI. It means that you don't have to have any experience with React Native development. All you just have to do is design your layouts and then bring it in here, and Blockli AI would use that design to build out a layout for you. And so this is how it works, just to kind of give you an idea of what we have built. So let's say here I have a simple card, and this card right here, I'm going to take this card and have Blockli AI write the code for this card. So how it works is that you simply just export a screenshot of your design. Now, the design could be done with anything. It could be done with Figma. Here, I happen to use Figma, but you can also do this with Adobe XD, or you can even sketch it on paper. And so all that is important required is that you provide a screenshot of your design. So in this case, I will export this design, and then I'll come here. Let me just use one that I've already done. So I'm just gonna come here and I'll just give you a walkthrough, and then I'm gonna now do a detailed tutorial on how you can make your own card. So right now, so here you're gonna see that I'm gonna start out and I'm going to create the name of my card. So I'm calling this a profile card, and then I'll just proceed with the AI chat helper or AI co-pilot, whichever one you want to call it. And so here in this second step, you're going to provide details about your design. And so you can see here in Figma, if you make a design and you switch to dev mode, so see right here, just switch on this dev mode. Now you can select every single element in your design, and then Figma will give you the sort of like the properties of that element. So in this case, I have a container. And so in Blockli AI, what we've done is that we've given you, this option here where you can set the number of elements that are in your design. So in this case, I have 6 elements. 1, which is the container that is red. 2, the image. 3, this name. 4, the subtitle here, and then 5 is this white button, and 6 is the button text. So that's why I have 6 here. So what you have to do is simply so let's say for example this Michael Levi, I'm just gonna come here and copy this Michael Levi here, and then I'll just come here and paste that, and then I'll copy these properties, the layout and the typography, and then I will paste them here. So same thing, you select your image. When you select your image, you copy the properties of your image. So you can see here I'm saying, hey, my image, then I'll paste the properties here. And it's also important that you provide the URL of the image. So in this case, I would actually select, so let me go out of dev mode. I'll actually select this image right here, and then I'm just going to export it. Now, once I export that, I'm going to upload that in WordPress. So you can see here, we've given you an upload button here where you can upload, your image. So in this case, here is my image here, and I'll just upload that image. So you can see here in here, my image is uploaded, and then I'm also, put the properties of that image. Same thing with the button. You select your button, make sure you're in dev mode. You select your button, and then you copy the properties, the layout and the style, and then you come in here and put button, and you put those properties here. So ideally, what this is doing is that it is for precision. Now, when you're done, of course, remember we have exported this entire design. So I'll come here and I'll upload that image. So this is the entire image here for the design. I'll just upload it here. It's already uploaded. So just so you understand what's going on here, the way AI works, so Blockli AI is built with OpenAI, the company that makes ChatGPT. Now, recently, ChatGPT released ChatGPT Vision. So what that means is that ChatGPT, or in this case, I'll just use OpenAI because ChatGPT is a product that is built on OpenAI API. But now, if you provide the URL of any image to the OpenAI API, it will read that image, interpret that image, and use that image to chat with you. So in this case, what we're simply going to do is that we're providing it the image, and we're going to ask it to write the React Native code to reproduce this mockup we have here. Now, ChatGPT or OpenAI will do that, but if you want precision, this is why we've given you these fields here so that you can provide the specific properties of your elements, so that OpenAI doesn't, the AI doesn't guess your font size, the size of your container, and all this stuff, or even the size of your button. So you want to give it a precise stuff. Now, once you're done setting all of that in, and all you just have to do is just come here and click Convert Design to Code. And so we're going to wait for that. So you can see here is generating the component. And here you go. So we have our design. So you can see here, the OpenAI has been able to, generate that component. And so what we're gonna do is, as you can see here, the code is completely written using the information that we provided, the screenshot and the additional properties that we provided. And so it's just writing the code. And of course, you can see the comments here. The comments says, hey, sure, here is a React Native functional component profile card that aligns with the given design specification and image. Please note, I'm using a default design font. All this doesn't really matter, but if you want to read it, you can read it. Now, once this is done generating, you can actually preview this in real time. Now, you just come here and click Quick Preview. Now you can see here, I can preview this using Expo Snack. So I'll come here. So you can see here, sometimes it will tell you that, you are in a queue. Sometimes it would just, open it. So what I would do is you can actually preview this on your phone. And how you can do that is you simply download the Expo app. And then if you are using Android, if you open the Expo app, you can just scan this using your phone. But if you're on iOS, make sure you have the Expo app installed on your iPhone, and then open up your camera, scan. Yep, as you can see here, we have that design. So I can preview this in real time. You can see that we're able to preview this design in real time here. Once you're done, you've got what you need. So in this case, it looks like, we have a pretty decent design based on what you can see on my phone right here. Now, what we're gonna do is we're simply just gonna click Save. Now, if you want to make changes to this design, to this to your design or to your code, let's say for example something doesn't look right. So what you can do is you can continue to chat. So in this case, I might say, hey, I want you to change the background color of the container to maybe blue, right? So let's first of all make sure what we have here. So you see what we have, this is red. So I'm just gonna come here and I'm gonna say change the background color to blue, and I would send that, and then you just give it some time to think through it. So you can see here, it says it has updated the background color. So you can see here, if you look at the code that is being generated, um, you would see that the background color has actually been updated. So you can see here, background color has changed to blue, right? So once this is done generating, you can still preview it in this. So you can see here, right? It's already changed that to blue. So that means that you can always make changes just by simply, using this chat box here to chat with the AI to make changes to your component. Once you're done, just click save, and then you're gonna get a notice here that your component has been saved. Then the next step will simply be to just click next. Now on this screen, what you have to do now is, this is the mapping screen. So what we just did now previously on the previous screen is that we created the UI interface for our card. But you know that that's not all, because once the UI interface is done, you need to map your data to those interfaces. So let's say here, of course, you don't want in your app to have a hard-coded string like this. You want this to fetch, let's say you're doing something like WooCommerce product, right? And so you want this to be the title of the product, and then maybe this could be another field, maybe a custom field. Even the view profile text could be a custom field, and you want the image to be the product image, right? So we need to do the mapping with your WordPress data for the BuddyBoss app. So in this screen here, you can see here we have 5 types of cards that you can actually use in your app. So let me show you what that might look like. So you can see here, this is a single row of cards that scroll horizontally, and this one here is just a single card that takes up the entire width of the screen. And let's go here. This is another card that is like in a horizontal grid that scrolls horizontally. And then so if you see here, you could select that my card is a single card based on what your design is. So let's say, for example, we come here. The idea is that you're going for something like this. So let's go here. Let's pretend that this is what you're going for in your app, right? So you want this to scroll horizontally, or if you designed it in such a way that it takes up the entire width of the screen, up to you, depending on what you design. So you can come here and say, hey, this is a single card, or this is a multiple card that scrolls horizontally, or this is a list of cards displayed vertically in the block. So what is a list of cards that is displayed vertically in the block? So if you see, for example, here, let me show you. So let's go here. I think there's one of our card system that uses, I think we can do the video card, I believe. Video card here. And I think it's style, style 6. Yeah. So this is a group of cards that are stacked vertically, but each of them covers the entire width of the screen. So that's what we mean here by a list of cards displayed vertically. But then you can also have multiple cards displayed in a grid format vertically, or multiple cards displayed in a grid format that scroll horizontally. So I showed you an example of a card that is in a grid format that scrolls horizontally, this one right here. But then you could have another one whereby they are stacked on each other, but then they scroll vertically. Now, so let's go back here. We've selected, let me select multiple cards that can be scrolled horizontally. Now, the next question here is how we users tap on the cards. Now, in some cases, let's go back to our design here. You can see that in this case, we have a button here for users to tap, but you might have a design that doesn't have a button, that the entire card is clickable. So that's the question we're asking you here. Is the entire card clickable, or is there like a button or a CT or a link in the card? So in this case, I have a button. So once I select all of that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna have to now do the mapping. So you can see here, this is my image, right? So this image is a hard-coded image. We don't want that. We want to replace that with a featured image. So we've given you these data points here that you can use to map your WordPress data. So in this case here, I'm going to map this to my featured image. And then this Michael Levi here, I'm going to map that to my title. And then this mechanics physics here, I'm going to map that to a custom field. Now I'm going to show you how all of this is going to play out in the back end. So I'm going to map this to custom field 1, and then for the view profile, you can either leave it hard coded if you want, if all of your cards are going to be the same thing. So let's say, for example, this is a WooCommerce product we're dealing with, so I'd rather say buy now, right? I can just hard code this directly in here, or if you want the button to be dynamic, the text of the button to be dynamic, then you have to choose a custom field, and then I'll show you how to map that custom field when we're done. Now the other thing you can do here now is once you select in this case, you can see that this is our button here, right? So you want to make this button clickable. So what you're going to do is you're going to set an action. So you can see here, currently in this release, the action that we have supported right now is just to open the link. Now we have plans to add actions like play video, download, webhook, Apple Pay, but right now it's open link. So I'm going to come here. So you see inside this button here, I can either place because the button is represented by this touchable opacity that you see here. So I can either place the open link on the touchable opacity, or I can place it on the text. So I'm just going to put it on the button. So I'm just going to come here and do deep link. So remember, BuddyBoss uses deep link. So basically I'm saying, hey, on this button, this touchable opacity, map the deep link to it. So once I'm done with all of that, it's just that simple. Now, if you want your colors to be exactly what you have here, that's fine. That means that every single card is going to have this blue color. But if you want your colors to come from your BuddyBoss app settings, so let's say, in BuddyBoss app, you can, BuddyBoss has like background colors and things like that. Now we've given you also the option to use colors from your BuddyBoss app. So in this case, let's say I want my my title to use my primary color in my BuddyBoss app. So I'm gonna come here. So you're gonna see app styles. So I'm gonna use my heading text color. Now, if you go to BuddyBoss app branding and colors, you're gonna see all of these colors there. So we're giving you the ability to use those colors directly from here. And then we also have another set of colors called block styles. What are these block styles? The block styles are when you're on an app page, and let's say we're creating this card. You can see here, actually we're gonna actually add that, in a feature release, where just like we have with our other cards. So you can see in this card here, I have these block styles, these colors here. Now for our custom post block, we don't have those colors yet. We're gonna add them, but once we add them, then you will be able to use them here in this block styles here. But for now, you can use your BuddyBoss app styles. So in this case, I'm gonna say that I want my title to use the heading text color, and then I'm gonna want my button, this button right here, I'm gonna want it to use my primary button background color. Okay, and then for the text, I'm going to use, so I'm gonna go in the text right here, and I'm gonna set it to my primary button text color. You can see that. Now once I'm done with setting that up, so for my background, which is this container here, I'm gonna put my cursor here. Remember, you do your mapping right at the beginning of that particular element. So you can see here, I have a view here called container. So I'm just gonna put my cursor here, and I'm gonna map this to my, let's say maybe, it's up to you. You know what your colors are. So I can use my background color for that. But now I'm just gonna leave it as red as it is. Now, once I've done this mapping here, now this is where the magic continues. All you just have to do is just to click refactor. Once you click refactor, now this code will be sent to our language model. We have developed a very robust language LLM large language model that we have trained on how to write and map WordPress data and code for the BuddyBoss app. So this thing you're seeing here is really, if you hire a developer to do this job, this is hours and hours of work. But look at this happening within minutes. I'm talking about minutes. We're talking about seconds here. So it's writing that code, is integrating it with the BuddyBoss app, is doing all of that magic. All you just have to do is just to sit back and just watch. So you can see here, and we've also kind of given you a little bit of a nice touch here where it says, hey, this is made with Blockli AI, and then contributors. So if in this case it's me, for you, whatever your name is going to show up here. These are the contributors, myself, team. And then it says for permissions to use this code, please contact. Your name is what is going to actually show up here. And then your email address is going to show up here as well. So you can see that this code has completely been mapped and refactored and integrated and recoded in such a way that it works perfectly with the BuddyBoss app. Now, once you're done, all you now have to do is you're going to deploy this to your GitHub repo. Now, I'm in a later on in this video, I'm going to show you how to connect your GitHub repo to Blockli AI, and also how to make sure that you connect your OpenAI key to Blockli AI, because we use your own key so that we can keep the cost down, right? So once this is done, all you just have to do is just to click deploy here. So once you click deploy, now it brings you to this screen. What does the screen do? This is the screen where you are going to integrate these component that we have just coded now with AI into our custom post block, your custom post block. So you can see here, it's asking me what number of custom fields did you use in that design? And I think we used 2, right? We had the CTA, of course, the button text, as well as the subtitle. We mapped the subtitle to custom field 1, and then we mapped the button text to custom field 2. The title is always default, so it's not the title of your custom post is not a custom field. It comes, so you don't have to worry about that. So in this case, it's 2. So I'm just gonna set 2 here, and then you can now upload, the image. So in this case, I'm gonna use this image here. I'm gonna upload this image so that I can be able to identify this block when I'm in the WordPress backend and I'm using this block. So I'm gonna set this one here. So what is this settings preview image and this block preview image? So let's click save first, and then I'll show you what that looks like. So this component has been integrated. Now, if you go to Blockli custom post blocks, so let's open Blockli custom post blocks. So now, once you're in Blockli custom post blocks, under, of course, I have WooCommerce product activated. You can activate as many custom post types as you want, and each of them can use the same design. So just to prove that to you, let's activate modern events calendar, and then we're just gonna go to next. So you can see here for my products, I can actually use that profile field that profile component. So you can see here, that way kind of gives you a preview. But I would say, hey, maybe you might want to design something that it's not this huge. So in my case, actually, this is what I'm gonna do. I already have like a really nice design that kind of gives me a layout of what the thing looks like in my app. So I'm just gonna come here and click save. So integrated. So let's refresh this page. Then we're gonna turn on events calendar. We're gonna go back here. The profile card. So you can see here, I have plotted this image, which kind of like, so that, when I'm mapping my custom post block, at least I have an idea of what I'm mapping. So this case, this is what we have here. Now remember, we have set it that there are two fields that we used. So my custom field 1, which is the subtitle, I'm gonna maybe use product category. And then for the field 2, which is the button, actually we didn't. I think we actually did buy now. So what we needed was just one field actually. And then you can still use this same design that you've done here for as many custom post types as you want. So in this case here, I can still use this here and then, do the same mapping here. So in this case, for my events, I may use the author name, and then we're just gonna generate the block. Cool. Now that the block is generated, so if you now go to your app page, so let's refresh this app page. So I select this, you can see that profile card. Now it shows up on the list of the styles that you can have. So you just go here and then you just click update. So the next thing you just now need to do is you're going to now go to your BuddyBoss app and generate a new build. Once you generate a new build, you can now open up your app. So let's go look at my app and see what this looks like in my app. So you can see here in my app now, I've got this. So once I refresh this, you can see that design that we just made is right here in my app. And then once I click view profile, of course, it's just gonna open that for me, and so you can see the WooCommerce product. So yeah, so this is what Blockli AI looks like, and I'm going to do a more detailed tutorial on how to actually set things up and get this going for your BuddyBoss app. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me feedback on what you think about it.